I spoke to port commissioners along with longshoremen and their union reps today, and they told me that it is critical that the federal government invests in places like the Port of Tacoma, not just for the sake of the city, but the country as a whole. A new study is sounding the alarm in Tacoma, Washington State, and the entire West Coast. The Northwest Seaport Alliance released numbers showing that between 2016 and 2020, the Canadian government invested more money into ports in British Columbia than the U.S. government invested in ports located in Washington State and California. The Northwest Seaport Alliance represents the ports of Tacoma and Seattle's cargo business. The lack of investment compared to their northern neighbors has union leaders for longshoremen at the Port of Tacoma concerned.
For the port,
Jared Faker says that the port's importance for Tacoma can't be overstated.
the Port of Tacoma produces over 42,000 jobs in the state, producing over $2.8 billion in direct wages. Most of those jobs primarily in and around the Port of Tacoma and its vicinity. So it's extremely important.
So important.
Dick Marzano, who serves as the president for the Port of Tacoma Commission, says that not being able to keep up with ports in British Columbia won't just hit Tacoma.
At least half of our cargo that we have coming into our ports goes to the Midwest and beyond. So it's critically important that the federal government, along with our state, realize how important our gateway is, not just for our state, but for our nation.
And Marzano says that needs to happen sooner rather than later.
When shipping lines move from one area to the next, they generally don't want to come back. One of the things that happens when these shipping lines leaves, besides the Eastern Washington folks, it's the direct jobs that we lose. And we need to continue growing family wage jobs. And that's a critical part of our growth in our region.
Now, Marzano told me that he did feel encouraged by the infrastructure bill that was passed in D.C., which sets aside $5 billion over 5 years to be put in the country's ports and waterways. But he also said that congestion at the ports is also an issue that needs to be addressed. From Tacoma, Lionel Donovan, King 5 News.